done doing all the base work, took out the carpet, the foam, and the tacks that were there for fixing the carpet from the edges. And then there was a ton of staples. So there was a lot of staples. So that is what took the bulk of the time to do the base cleaning. So right now we have removed all the staples, swept the floor, and this is what you're seeing. So this is how the floor is. And then what we have to do is I kept a plank to see the height difference. So if you see, because I'm trying to decide whether to remove the baseboard and then put the flooring, or else to keep the baseboard, do the flooring, and then instead do like a half round, like how it is over here. If you see right next to the wine cooler. So what you can do is, if you don't want to remove the baseboard, you can just leave the baseboard as it is, then you put the flooring, and then you put the dowel there and nail it in. So that's quick and easy work. But the problem with that is, as you can see, this baseboard is now inside the flooring. So the flooring is above now. So later on, if you want to remove the baseboard, that's going to be an issue. So you can take off the half round, but then if you want to remove the baseboard for some reason, the floor is going to hinder it. So it's going to be a little bit tricky to get that out. So either, if you're not going to do anything with the floor, it's not a big deal. But if you want to do it right, I would say remove the baseboard and then do the flooring, so that the flooring, if you see over here, if you keep this plank here, it comes about the baseboard. So the baseboard is going to get buried in, and then to cover the gap, you can just, and then to cover this gap, you can just put a half round and then finish it off. So it's less work. But later on, if you want to remove the baseboard for some reason, it's going to be under your flooring. So that can be a hassle. So do it right the first time itself is what I would say. So here's what I've done. It's like, but here, you remove the baseboard. Now to remove the baseboard, it's a little bit of an effort, not a big deal. Since there's caulk and silicone over here, you take a utility knife and score it over here to remove it from the wall. So just regular utility knife would do. So just score it all around on the top over here, kind of like this. So you take it, and you need to really score it so that you can see it. So you just separate it. So if you can see, so you just core it without tearing out the wall. Carefully score it completely, and then and then you're going to get this, take this and just gently put it over here and tap it gently, not too much, just gently. Give it a couple of taps. So hold it, so you're not that way tearing out the wall, and you want to remove the baseboard intact, because I intend to reuse it, so I want it intact. So try to just pry it open. So use this prier and just keep this end over here gently between the wall and the baseboard, and then give it a slight tap until it kind of opens up. So once you have a little bit of an opening and are able to see, so you can see where the nails are, then try and put it where the nails are, and then try to pry it open. This works just like how we remove the tacks. So just be patient so you don't rip out the walls. Then you have to end up trying to fix the walls now. can gently nudge it out, and it should come out like this, like how I've removed from over here. So it was like this, and then you do the same thing. So you put it over here, and then once you get a gap, you can push it out and nudge it out. So then it comes out intact. So these nails are there, so I'm gonna have to pull these out and then clear the caulk on top, and we can just reuse it after that. The next thing I would say is mark it. If you intend to reuse it, I will number it. So if I mark it so that you know where it's going to go in the wall, so that way you don't have to worry about trying to refit it and kind of get confused later on where it came from. So I'm going to number this and say I'm going to mark it as 1. I would put 1 here and a 1 over here, so that I know that this board is going over here. So that way, after you're done, you can reuse that, and you know exactly where each one is going to go. And then you just use fresh nails to put it back. So this is what I'm going to do. Put the vapor barrier sheets, the rosin sheets that I showed earlier, staple it in place, and then we are good to go to put the flooring. So we got the nailer here, so I just want to show you the things that we need right now to do the flooring. So I've got the pneumatic nailer. That'll be a good thing to use. We rented this out from Home Depot. Again, you can do the 4-hour rental. If you do it at end of the day, Friday, they give you till 9 o'clock the next day morning for a 4-hour rental on a Friday. So we got the compressor and the nailer. Instead of getting the manual one takes a little bit more effort. So instead doesn't cost that much. So it's better for you to rent the compressor and the nailer from Home Depot, and then we're going to use it. Then the next thing that you need is the circular saw for cutting wood. So that's what we have here. So this is one, and then we have the nailer comes with the mallet, and in addition to that, you also need a hand nailer, because this, when you get close to the walls, when you start, you won't be able to use this nailer. It's going to be difficult because of the size of it. So for the edges, and when you're close to the wall, you would need another nail gun, a regular nail gun. So that's also needed. And then we have this 16 gauge 2-inch nails that you're going to use. Yeah. And then the next one is, the next question would be, how do I want to lay the wood? So should it be, should I go lengthwise or should it go horizontal? So I was trying to figure out which one will look good on it, and I realized that what we decided is the focal point is going to be the fireplace. So we want, when we come into the room, where would your eye go? So then for us it was the fireplace. So your eye would go to the fireplace, which means then all the boards should be going towards the fireplace. So that's one way you can determine in which direction you want to lay the boards. So since we want it going towards the fireplace, and also so which means we have to lay it lengthwise. So we're going to lay it lengthwise throughout the whole room. Yet another advantage with doing that is now you can lay it longer without the need to do that many cuts. Whereas when you're doing it this way, the shorter side of the rectangle, you're going to have to do a lot of cuts because it's a shorter distance. So instead, this makes it much easier. So you do it lengthwise. You can use fewer cuts to complete your flooring. So that's what we're going to do. So we decided we're going to go lengthwise, and in a way that kind of also ties in with the existing flooring here in the kitchen. And the kitchen is running lengthwise, so then it's kind of we'll be continuing the same way. So then that continuity kind of will be there. So that's another thing to do. So if you want to know how to decide how to do it, lengthwise or horizontal, this would be one consideration. So we got all the vapor barrier down on the entire floor, took out the baseboards completely, pulled out all the nails, anything that might be sticking on the wall, and then we covered the flooring right now with the vapor barrier. So now we're starting to put the planks down. So we're gonna have 2-3 boxes, and then we're gonna mix and match the wood flooring so that they know the color consistency. So try to do it from different boxes and not do it from the same box, so that way you can mix and match and not have all dark woods on one side and light wood on the other, so on. So try not to do it from the same box, mix and match those things. So so the next thing is to just start putting it, and we're going to do it lengthwise right now, starting from that corner, and then we're going to lay it off. You need to make sure to have half an inch spacing between the wall and the first plank, to allow for any movement of the flooring. So all around you're gonna leave like half an inch around the wall and start nailing it down.